Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Project 50K Reloaded. This is our Go Director training. I am Candace Byrd Davis, one of your national directors with Total Life Changes. Guys, I'm going to tell you, this training is not going to be like the normal Go Director training. What we're going to do is we're going to cover some of the steps to Go Director, and then I'm going to share with you a link that you can actually look at that will give you the step-by-step that we had done in the past.
Good morning, everybody.
Excuse me one second. I have it. Sorry about that, guys. I had a lot of broadcasts coming through just to make sure that all the pages were working properly. But what we are going to do today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to cover Go Director. But on today's training, and I'm going to tell you guys, you're going to want to stay for the entire training, because on today's training, we are going to cover not just offline marketing, but we're going to cover some tips, some tricks, some techniques that I use for offline marketing that have been very, very successful. We're also going to cover some information on retail to recruit, how to have a successful home party. And then at the end, I'm going to drop a big, big nugget, a big bomb on you guys. So I just hope that you guys stay through the entire broadcast. Again, like I said, this is Project 50K Reloaded, the Go Director training. So guys, just to give you a little bit of information before we go into the training, I want you to make sure that you cut off all of your distractions. Cut off your cell phone, shut your Facebook, turn the volume off on your cell phone, because you seriously want to pay particular attention to the information that you're going to get in this webinar today. One of the things that I wanted to touch on is, for those of you guys who have been in the company, as you know, Miss Normie Wellington started Project 50K in November when she launched with Total Life Changes. And her mission was to put 50,000 people in the system in 90 days. Well, guys, we were excited to find out that in that 90-day mark, there was actually 57,000 distributors added to the system. So that's why we are calling everything Project 50K Reloaded, because what you have seen happen in the past, in the beginning, is getting ready to happen again, only about tenfold. So that's why we definitely want to make sure that we share some important information that's going to help you build and build fast. We understand that a lot of people are interested in learning certain things that you do in regards to online marketing, Facebook marketing. But what we found, guys, is to build a solid foundation in your business, it all starts with the offline marketing. You know, online marketing is definitely an amazing thing to do, but it does take a lot of time that you could be using in building your offline business. So what I want to cover with you guys today is a few things. I want to go back to Atlanta last weekend. There were some amazing things that happened in Atlanta, guys. And just to touch on it real briefly before we kick into the training, I was in the Beautiful You. I was in Houston for the Beautiful You tour back in February. And I remember sitting in this room of about 500 people. Now, fast forward to July 17th, 18th, and 19th in Atlanta. We were sitting in a room with almost 5,000 people. So that just goes to show how big our company has grown in just 5 months. Now, also, what I want to talk to you guys about before we even kick into the training is the importance of events. For those of you guys who are looking to build your offline market, events are crucial in the build of your business. Now, when I say events, that can be local transformation parties or tea parties. We call them transformation parties now. But if you have a transformation party that is within 2 hours of a distance from you, 3 hours of a distance, it's very, very, very beneficial, whether you have a guest or not, that you get to that transformation party, because it's crucial in the build of your business. When you get to that transformation party, guys, not only are you guys learning additional product knowledge, different little tips, tricks, techniques, closing techniques, but guys, the stories that you are hearing at these transformation parties are phenomenal. These same stories that you can be leveraging to build your own business. You know, you will get up and you will hear somebody tell their story, such as Miss Lanika Scott. When I heard her tell her story, you know, the woman and her husband, they have 6 young girls, six daughters, yes. and they were in the industry for a while, had some hard times, fell on hard times, lost everything. And they found themselves on the verge of food stamps and her husband working an $11 an hour job until she found total life changes and she was restored. These are stories that you can be sharing with other people. Also, when I talked about getting to events, you need to make a commitment. Write on your whiteboard, write it in your notebook. I will be in Miami, Florida, February 19th and 20th of 2016. You need to make a commitment to get yourself there, guys, because you have to invest in yourself. Those who are in Miami are going to experience explosive growth in their business. You always hear Coach Wellington talking about those who don't make events can potentially set their business back 6 months in arrears. And I truly believe with the shift that we witnessed this weekend, that definitely does happen. I'm just taking a couple of notes here just to make sure I'm covering everything with you guys. In regards to going to the top events, guys, not only are you investing in yourself, but you're getting the shift, and you don't want to miss out on the ability to be able to connect with some of the top leaders, get some nuggets that are shared, be able to take photos and share them on your page, because people love to connect with people that are connected with people. So let's go ahead and kick into the training for today. For those of you guys who have seen the other Go Director trainings, going director is pretty much the first step of leadership in our business. As soon as you get into business, and I did a training on this before, but for those of you guys who are new, for the sake of time, I'm not going to cover all of that information today. I'll briefly talk about it, but please, those who are taking copious notes, write down this website. The website is www.godirectortraining.com. If you go to godirectortraining.com, it's going to take you directly to my YouTube video in which I did a Go Director training a couple weeks back that showed everybody the back office, how to get binary qualified, how to check your auto ships, how to set your placements. It showed you everything how to do it. Even showed you at the end of that training how to go on Friday morning and get a bird's eye view of your organization. So I show you how to calculate your carryover volume with your projected auto ship, so you get a visual as to where your organization stands right out the gate. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to cover all of that, but for those of you guys who are new in the organization, your first step is to become binary qualified. In that video, I will go into deep details about it, but what that is getting one person in your left team, one person in your right team on auto ship. And let me tell you guys, it can be your mom, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your nephew. It can be anybody that keeps and remains an active auto ship. And what you want to make sure is that those two active accounts always remain active, because I had somebody in my organization who had one person on their left team and they were building their entire right team. That one person on their left team went inactive. So now they're no longer binary qualified. And guess what? They didn't get their binary payout check for the week. So we as business owners need to make sure that we have one person in our left, one person in our right at all times with an active auto ship. When I build with my organization, I encourage every single person that I bring into business to put 3 people on your power leg and build the rest of your team on the opposite leg. So that's definitely a good thing to get into the habit of doing when you're building your organization and building a solid structural foundation, because then you can make sure that with those 3 people, 9 times out of 10, your check is not going to be gone because somebody's auto ship did not go active. Now, in regards to director, and again, this will be covered on that other video if you go to godirectortraining.com. But in regards to going director, the first rank of leadership in the company, it definitely opens up the binary far further so that you're able to collect a residual weekly income off of the binary. But in order to go director, you need to have 1,000 volume points in your weakest team. So in your least producing team. So if you're looking at your left team and you're looking at your right team, both of those teams have to have a minimum of 1,000 volume points for you to go director. Now, in order to go director, you're going to need to make sure that you have an active auto ship profile yourself with 80 PV, 80 personal volume that have been billed through your back office in order to hit the leadership rank of director. Also, guys, moving forward, I told you guys that we were going to talk about a few offline marketing techniques. So let's get going. Are you guys ready? The offline marketing techniques, guys, I was excited because this weekend in Atlanta, they released one offline marketing technique that is absolutely going to blow our businesses up. Think about this. How many of you guys have somebody who asks you about the business, but you're not quite sure how to present it to them? Or you have somebody ask you about the products, you're not quite sure how to present it to them. Well, I'm excited because Total Life Changes came out with this amazing magazine called the Total Life Changes Momentum Magazine. Guys, these are available if you go to shopmytlc.com. Please pick yourselves up some Momentum magazines. What these are, guys, just to give you an idea of what it is going to share product knowledge with you. Along with product knowledge, guys, if you recall, Miss Stormy Wellington on one of the training calls would talk to somebody and let them know, you remind me of. Well, when you start the you remind me of story, ladies and gentlemen, you can turn directly to that page and tell somebody, you know what? You remind me so much of my coach and my mentor. Listen, I'm going to open up page number 28. I want you to read this story about Miss Coach Stormy Wellington. Guys, you can edify her, share the story. But what I want you to do is put your label on the back, put your label on the front. These can be given to people. But when you give them to people, yesterday, I did it strategically, just as I was trained to do in Atlanta. I handed it to somebody, and I told them that I wanted them to take 24 hours to read through this magazine, and that I would be back today at 2 p.m. to pick it up. 2 p.m. Because here's the thing. You have to create a sense of urgency. But with this magazine, guys, it's pretty phenomenal because on the inside, there is a presentation DVD, Wake Up and Be Awesome. Now, this DVD is with Mr. Jack Fallon, just explaining the importance of this industry and how everybody is seeking time freedom, seeking a change. There's stories in here, and it's very, very revolutionary because if you see this layer, Layr, if you see that logo there, what you do is download your iPhone app and you can actually scan this in. And I'm going to do it on here live so you guys can see exactly what it does. But with this Layr app, ladies and gentlemen, this magazine is absolutely phenomenal in building your business because while you're out in the market streets, building your business, you come across somebody and you want them to watch the quick video. Like here's a quick one on Mr. Fred Herzog. So you open the Layr application, and all you're going to do is scan his photo and watch what happens. I'm scanning his photo now, so it's trying to read him. And it's because I'm holding it up in the air. That's why it's doing it. So it's shaking a little bit. But let me get it on a solid ground, and I'm going to show you how amazing this is. Now, if you see, the video pops up and plays Mr. Herzog's interview that is on the exact video of this CD. So if you're out in the streets and you want somebody to hear his story real quick and then read his bio, you can scan that. They can sit there and watch the quick 60-second video on Mr. Fred Herzog or Miss Lanika Scott or Miss Twyler Portis. But I was speaking to Miss Kenya Kelly, and she said in her prior business, they did the same magazine type opportunity to where they were passing it out and letting people review it. And she said it absolutely blew her business up. Speaking with all the top leaders in Atlanta, that's why I'm so excited that Mr. Fallon definitely started the Total Life Changes Momentum magazine. And in speaking with him, every so many months, there's going to be different stories in here so that we can use this to promote the business. And guys, if you're not too familiar with where you can go get it, I'm going to show you real quick just how you do this, because whenever we're doing offline marketing, we're going to need some tools to help us along the way. Magazines, critical. Business cards, critical. So we're going to have to get some things that's going to help us build offline. So I'm going to go to the website of shopmytlc.com, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looks like for those of you guys who have yet to go to the website and take a peek at it. This is exactly what it is. So guys, when you're at shopmytlc.com, hold on, I'm trying to flip my screen so you guys can see it a lot clearer. Shopmytlc.com, you will see the Momentum magazine. If you just click right here, you can order your Momentum magazines in bundles of, if you order 10 of them, you get them for $36.50 for a bundle of 10, which is very, very inexpensive. So those are phenomenal, guys. Also, if you go to the custom print, you're going to find your business cards. You're going to find your invitations. So if you're doing the home parties, which we're going to talk about later, you can have customized invitations with your information on it. Car decals, car magnets, banners. So I always get a lot of people asking me information. Candace, where can we get this stuff from? Go to shopmytlc.com. You're going to find t-shirts. You're going to find water bottles, laptop bags. You're also going to find an amazing section on personal development, which is the Big Results Kit with Darren Hardy, the Compound Effect, some amazing information to help you build your business offline as well. So back to the Momentum magazine. Very, very important that you have these. For those of you guys who are just new in the business and a little nervous about presenting a business to somebody, it's going to be very, very critical that you have this in hand. And don't be afraid to give them to people and ask for them back. And I've done this. I did this yesterday. I asked a young lady, I said, listen, if I give you this magazine, I want you to read a couple stories. I want you to read page 22 because you remind me so much of Miss Lanika Scott. And then I want you to read page 28 because I am actually partnered up with the #1 female network marketer in the industry. And what inspires me so much about this woman is that she too got started in this industry about 7 years ago, just like I, an amateur, very new to the business. But her determination, motivation, and belief in herself allowed her to make over $1.2 million her first 9 months in business. She's a mom. She's a daughter. She's doing some phenomenal things. And she recently just got voted as the #1 female network marketer of the world. Hand them the magazine, ladies and gentlemen. If they say that they don't have time to read it, take it back off of them. Let them know when you have time to read this magazine, let me know. I'll be sure to put one in your hands. So that's the magazine. I apologize, my phone is ringing. I'm going to have to shut the ringer off here in a second. The other thing that we wanted to talk about was retail to recruit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very big piece in building your business. As I was in Atlanta this weekend and we had a team training after the major event, I explained to everybody, you know, retail to recruit is very important because it builds a solid foundation, but there are certain techniques that you do with retail to recruit that will actually explode your business. I had one young gentleman who had called me a few weeks ago and he said, you know, hey, Candace, tell me a little bit about this retail to recruit thing because I really don't think that it's working because I'm not having very much success. And I asked him to explain to me what he does on retail to recruit. Well, guys, just to let you know, just because you retail the product, that does not make it retail to recruit. What you have to do is retail and follow up. You always hear them say there is fortune in the follow-up, and believe me, it is. Now, what I'm going to cover with you on the retail to recruit, guys, if you're taking notes, is the same exact way that I did retail to recruit when I first started in business and still do it to this day. And what I did, guys, allowed me to bring in 29 new business partners in my first 30 days. So there's a couple tools that you need for retail to recruit just to make sure that you're managing everything properly. The first thing you're going to need is your day planner. So you're going to need your planner. You're going to need your phone, whether it's a house phone or a cell phone. So you're going to need your phone. You're going to need a pen, notebook, anything like that. But here's my exact technique, ladies and gentlemen. When somebody would purchase a product from me, if they purchased that product today and I either handed it to them or I mailed it to them, if I mailed it to them, I know I have a shipping confirmation, which is huge because that shipping confirmation will tell you everything. So I knew where it was going, what time it was going to get there, everything. I knew when it actually arrived at the house. So what I would do is I would track the shipping confirmations. So let's just say Miss Kenya Kelly bought a pack of tea off of me today, and I'm going to go into my calendar and I'm going to write Kenya Kelly's name down because I did her shipping confirmation and it says that it's going to get to her house in 2 days. So it's Saturday. I know 2 days, 2 mailing days would be Tuesday. So Tuesday evening, I would call her about 7 or 8 p.m. because I wanted to make sure she'd be home from work, and I would want to make sure that she probably had dinner already done. So I would call Miss Kenya Kelly up, and I would say, hey, Miss Kelly, this is Candace Byrd Davis. How are you doing? Did I catch you at a bad time? Of course I didn't catch her at a bad time. I'm just following up and I'm saying, hey, listen, I just noticed that I got confirmation that you received your tea today. And I just wanted to see if you needed any instructions on how to steep it. I know we went over it on the phone before, but I just wanted to double check. Miss Kelly says she doesn't need any help with the tea. So I asked her, I just want to make sure you're going to start drinking your tea tomorrow, correct? Now, the reason why I'm asking her this question is because I want to know when's my next follow-up. Because we know our tea, the packs make it 5 days worth of tea. So I'm going to follow up with her in 5 days. So she's going to start drinking her tea. 5 days later, I call her back. But on that first call, I let her know, you know, Kenya, I'm going to give you a call back in about 5 days because I want to just check the results of our product that you're having. Because keep in mind, our company offers a 100% money back guarantee. So 5 days later, I call Miss Kelly back. And again, she's not afraid to answer the phone because she knows I'm not selling her. So don't be afraid to call these people because if you don't ask, you don't get. So 5 days later, I called Kenya Kelly back and I explained to Kenya, hey, Kenya, it's Candace Byrd Davis, just following up with you. I don't want to keep you long, but I wanted to check the results of your tea. Kenya tells me, hey, Candace, I lost 5.4 pounds in 3 days, or I lost 5.4 pounds in 5 days. Well, you know what? I immediately start sharing some results with Kenya. I say, you know what, Kenya, that's so exciting because I just got off the phone with my business partner, Denise Four. She lost 4.8 pounds in 5 days. I just spoke to Mr. Stu Large. He lost 13 pounds in 5 days. Now, let me ask you a question, Miss Kelly. Do you know of anybody else that I can help lose 5 pounds in 5 days? And I get quiet. I give Kenya enough time to think. So Kenya's thinking, and she says, you know what, Candace, I do. I have quite a few ladies at church. I have some ladies at the office. We always do weight loss challenges. I say, oh, great, Kenya. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you mind giving them my link to purchase some tea so that I can help them save weight too, or lose weight too? Kenya says, sure. As soon as I go to work tomorrow, as soon as I go to church on Sunday, no problem. I'm going to give it to them. Here's the thing, guys. Right when she does that, I stop her. Wait, Miss Kelly, let me ask you a question because I value our friendship. I just wanted to know and get your permission. Is it okay for me to collect the 50% commission when they purchase their product? Or do you want to collect the 50% commission? And then I shut my mouth. I stay quiet and I let her answer me. Because at this point, she's thinking, wait a minute, I got 10, 15, 20 people that are interested in purchasing this tea, and if Candace is going to make 50% off of them, hold on a minute, Candace, what do you mean 50% commission? Well, listen, Miss Kelly, our retail commission is just one way that we get paid over here at Total Life Changes with these phenomenal products, and we make a 50% retail commission. Now, if you're interested, I would love to share with you the business opportunity when you have about 10 minutes, but right now, I have to go ahead and give somebody else a call because they're excited about getting ready to join this business. Miss Kelly's going to stop me. Wait, Candace, I got 10 minutes right now. I got 10 minutes right now. So what I say to Miss Kenya Kelly, okay, you know what? I'm so excited you said that because we have a call that's getting ready to start in just a few minutes. So if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and plug you in on a three-way for this call. And guys, what I do is I immediately dial 518-777-4062 on a three-way. And what they will hear is this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the call. My name is Stormy Wellington. I'm so excited to be your host and your speaker today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just plugged her in on a call that we have, and I didn't tell her it's a recorded call. It doesn't matter. The whole point is, and I didn't lie to her, because I told her we have a call starting in just a few minutes. As soon as I dial that phone number, the call starts. So I let Miss Wellington present the entire business to her. And when we get off the phone, my only question to her is, what did you like best about what you heard, Kenya Kelly? And if she liked the compensation plan, I love the compensation plan. If she liked the tea, I love the tea. So guys, that is the easiest way to expose somebody in a retail to recruit, but it's always about follow-up. Because here's the thing, when they try our amazing tea and they get results, the only reason why people don't join a business is because they're skeptic. They're afraid to join the business because they're a little skeptical. They don't know if it really works, but we know our product works. So when we follow up with them and we give them the option, is it okay for me to make the 50% commission, or do you want to make it? That opens their eyes, because now they've seen results. They know they lost weight. They feel better detoxing. And now you just made them think about how many people they know that want to lose weight. And then you hit them with, is it okay for me to make the 50% commission, or do you want to make it? Wait a minute, they want to make the money. Some people won't admit to you that they want to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a week, but I bet you on retail to recruit, they end up doing it. And what you do is, once they're interested, ask them, you know, if you got a few minutes, we have a call starting in just a few seconds. I can dial you in on a three-way and you can hear all about the amazing money and the products that our company is making. Call them in on a three-way. Let them listen to the call. You're still on the call when it ends. What did you like best about what you heard? So guys, that's retail to recruit. Get yourselves a day planner. Fortune in the follow-up. If you don't ask, you don't get. So ask them, is it okay for me to collect the 50% commission, or do you want it? Because worst case scenario, they don't want to join you in business, but they're still going to be a customer and they're still going to refer people to buy your product. Or they want to get in business with you and they're going to help you build an amazing organization. So it's a win-win situation. But what you have to do is, you have to no longer assume somebody's not interested in the business. You have to present it to them a certain way. Let them see it, let them feel it, let them know that product works. And then ask them, is it okay for me to collect the commission, or do you want it? So very simple, very easy. And guys, honestly, I recruited 29 people in 30 days using that same technique. So retailing my product, recruiting them into business, and showing them exactly how to do the same. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is reinvesting into your business. You know, you're going to have to, as you heard Miss Stormy Wellington say a couple times, you know, with us as business owners, we have to reinvest in our business. And she recommends that we reinvest about 10%. And that's the normal. Any network marketing company recommends that you reinvest a minimum of 10%. Now, when I'm talking reinvest, I'm talking purchase things such as tea, emu oil, products, because you want to be able to have people sample product. So if you notice, I did a video the other day online, tipping for tea. And I recorded it so you guys can all see it. Anytime that I'm at a restaurant, out in public, anything like that, I leave my tips with tea or another product. But what I do is I sign my slip, I put my tip on there, I leave them a product, a business card, I even leave affirmation cards. And then I write a little note. If you're interested in earning an extra $500 to $1,000 a week from home and it not get in the way of what you're currently doing, call me. I did it the other day while I was at Red Lobster, and I put it up online and I even screenshot everything. I wasn't even out of Red Lobster 20 minutes, and I got a text message from one of the waitresses there that waited on me. She ended up getting on the 10 p.m. call that night. She ended up joining me in business. But guys, she didn't even get to try the product, but I tipped her with the product. She was very intrigued when she got on the call. So we have to leverage our calls. We have to reinvest in our business. And to be honest with you guys, I reinvest about 20% into my business, whether it's business cards, affirmation cards, product, anything. So as you see, when you're tipping with product, guys, I had a lot of people say, hey, Candace, where did you order the labels from? I didn't order the labels, guys. I went to Staples, and I'm going to show you how. This is how much I tip with product. I have labels for emu oil, more labels, and more labels. But what I do, ladies and gentlemen, is with my tea, I print these off on my printer, take the label, slap it on my pack of tea, I'm good to go. But also, you don't just have to tip with tea. If you notice, I tip with sample bottles of emu oil. So yes, we have sample bottles of emu oil in the back office. If I am actually, I did this in Target the other day. I had some lady who was actually in the Tylenol aisle looking for Tylenol, Excedrin, stuff like that. And, you know, I stopped her and I said, are you looking for Tylenol or Excedrin? And she was like, yeah, I'm actually looking for Excedrin migraine. And I said, oh yeah, I said, I know for a while ago they took that off the market. But I said, have you ever heard of Total Life Changes in their product Emu Oil? Of course, that opened up the conversation because she didn't. I had one of these samples in there. I popped the lid off and I asked her to try it. And when she tried it, I had her rub it on her forehead. I asked her to keep it. And then I told her, I said, you know, once you notice the results of this product, I would hope that you would give me a call and let me know how it worked for you. That was Tuesday. Tuesday night, I got a phone call from her asking me if she could order 2 full bottles of Emu Oil because it worked instantaneous. She went online, she read up about our Emu Oil, found out that, you know, it's an all-natural pain reliever, found out that it's more for moisturizers and skin and eczema and all this stuff. But guys, plant your seed so you can harvest later. Another thing I tip with are chapstick. My label's on it, tip with chapstick. If you're walking through Target again and somebody's in the lipstick aisle, just strike up a conversation. Oh my gosh, I love that bag that you're carrying. Where'd you get that from? And then start talking about whatever product she's looking at. If she's looking at lipstick, you know, hey, that L'Oreal shade is absolutely beautiful. Let me ask you a question. When you use your lipstick, do you usually put a lip moisturizer on before you apply your lipstick? If she says yes, listen, I want to give you one of these products. It's called Kiss. It's one of our chapsticks from my company called Total Life Changes. And I give her a sample of it. You know, if you like this, we actually have 38 other products. We have all natural organic products. And let me ask you a question before I leave. Do you or anybody you know want to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? Yay! So NRG samples, I tip with NRG samples. Guys, we have to plant the seed so that we can harvest later. Tip with product. Don't be afraid to allow people to try your product. Don't always go for the sale. Yes, it's great to sell the product, but if you see somebody that you think would be phenomenal in business, or you see somebody who you think needs to lose a few pounds, don't be afraid to give product away. So when I told you that I invest 20% into my business, that's because I buy 10% product, and then I turn around and I take another 10% and I give that product away. Give it away. So, you know, one week I ended up giving away like 54 packs of tea. Gave them away to people who wanted. I didn't just randomly give people tea. It was just people I was out working the streets, marketing, and people that I thought would do some amazing work or could afford to lose a few pounds. Let's just be honest. So that's my retail to recruit, ladies and gentlemen. I also want to touch on home parties. You know, the big events are phenomenal, but let's be honest. The home events, you're going to have a lot more people come to your home meeting than to attend with you at an event because people are nosy. They want to see what your inside house looks like. They want to see what your furniture looks like. They want to see what the colors of your walls are. They just want to be nosy. So when you have home parties, guys, you're going to have a nice turnout for home parties. And what you want to get in the habit of doing is, you know, inviting twice as many people as you originally want to come. So if you want 10 people at your house, invite 20 or 30, honestly. But I want to show you this quick presentation that I was working on in regards to home parties that's going to help you guys in building. Let's just see, my mouse got stuck, so that's not going to work. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to show you guys that, but what we're going to talk about is on the home parties, guys, there's a couple different things that you want to do with the home parties. One, you want to be prepared for it. In preparation of the home party, let me actually try to get this. It's freezing up on me. Anyways, in preparation for the home party, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to do is, you know, you want to kiss it, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple and sophisticated. So you want to kiss your home party. It's not very hard to do a home party. Don't panic if you don't have all the product. You want to strive to make sure that you get all the product. But if you don't have it, it's okay. And what I always encourage everybody to do, I'm going to actually get up and show you this real quick. If you are a product of the product and you finish your bottle of NutriBurst, my NutriBurst is empty. But everything that I finish, I keep it because this can be a product for my display. So just because you may not have the money to be able to go and invest in a full display, as you're becoming a product of the product and you finish that bottle or finish that NRG, save these for your product display so you can talk about them at your party. because essentially we as business owners absolutely have to become a product of the product. You want to be able to explain to people the benefits, how you felt. They always want to know, did you try the product too? So you want to be able to tell them, yes, I tried the product, and then keep your bottles for your display. Now, what you want to do at your tea party, guys, you want to have a nice, clean setting. If you have children, try to see if your children can stay in a room with one of the older kids, or if they can go to your mom's house, your dad's house, because you want to alleviate the distractions from your home party. If you have a dog, make sure your dog is tied up somewhere, because a lot of people want to play with the dog and they're not paying attention to your presentation. Also, whenever it comes to music, I had a young lady ask me, what music do I recommend, because she was going to play a lot of hip hop music and stuff like that at her tea party. I recommend that you play something more instrumental, definitely upbeat, but keep in mind that there's a lot of words and songs that can offend people, and you don't want to offend anybody at your tea party. When you're having your tea party, guys, you definitely want to, if possible, have some tea for them to sample. And I'm going to be honest with you, the tea party that I have, I don't give them the little cups of tea. I give them I give them a full 8 ounces of tea, because I truly want to make sure that they have some immediate gratification before they leave my house, so that they know that this product does work. Also, I recommend, if you have coffee, allow them to sample your coffee. I've even opened bottles of NutriBurst, because everybody's question on a liquid vitamin, is it nasty? Because most liquid vitamins out there are horrible. Ours is the only liquid vitamin that I have tried that I actually like the taste of it. So if you can, sample coffee, sample tea, sample NutriBurst, and make sure you get some emu oil so that you can sample for those people who have pains in their wrists, elbow pains, anything like that. Let them try the product while they're at the tea party. And guys, don't panic when it comes to a tea party, because essentially a tea party, all it is an opportunity call in person. So if you want to know what to say and how to do it at your opportunity or at your tea party, listen to our opportunity calls. It's a structure of it. You pretty much get up, introduce yourself, explain to them why you decided to join Total Life Changes, what Total Life Changes has done for you. Explain to them the company, explain to them some of our immediate gratification products, and you don't have to touch on everything. You don't want to bore them with every product detail. But then talk to them about how they can, the compensation plan, and how they can join you in business. So remember, a tea party is just an opportunity call in person. You want to kiss it. You want to keep it simple and sophisticated. What I started doing at my tea parties, guys, is I take a note card. And I actually, when they come in, on my note cards, before they even come, I ask the $1 million question. If you can change one thing about your health, what would it be? And I have them answer that question before I even start my tea party. While I'm waiting for people to come, and I introduce myself, smile, welcome them there, hand them a postcard, and let them know, while we're waiting for a few other people to come, if you wouldn't mind answering the questions on these cards, we're going to use them later. And the question says, if you could change one thing about your health, what would it be? And the reason why I do that, guys, is because at the end of my presentation, and we're actually sitting there talking about whether they're going to be a customer or they're going to be a distributor, I ask for their card back. And if they say, oh, you know what, I just want to try the tea, I look at their card. And if their card says, if I could change one thing about my health, what would it be? And they say, I want to lose 90 pounds. Then I'm going to tell them, well, alongside the tea, maybe you might want to try the NutriBurst and the Resolution. So I use it as an upsell feature. Or if they say, if I could change one thing about my health, what would it be? They might, and I had one lady put asthma. She would like to get rid of her asthma. She's had it since birth. I recommended chaga. Chaga is our anti-everything pill. Anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antibacterial. And I know from experience, my husband taking chaga, that he has not taken his albuterol or Advair since December, and we travel without it. So I asked them that $1 million question, because at the end of my transformation party, I want to make sure that they are either walking out as a customer with a product that they want that can change their life, or when they come in business as a distributor, that particular product is in the investment package that they decided to join in business with. So that's what happens whenever it comes to home parties, guys. Very easy, Don't make it out like it's a big deal about the transformation party. For those of you guys who are new in business or just hitting the reset button on your business, tonight you need to start building your list, and within 72 hours of this webinar, you need to get ready and prepare for your first transformation party. Because honestly, getting back into the living rooms is building businesses fast with a solid foundation. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much all that I had for the offline marketing. You want to make sure that you go to shopmytlc.com, get yourself some Momentum magazines, order yourself some business cards, make sure you get product. If you have no product, ladies and gentlemen, go in the back office today. Order yourself some tea, order yourself some NRG samples, some Emu oil samples, some chapstick, you know, whatever it is that you want to start sampling. I highly recommend the tea, the NRG, and the Emu oil first off. But you have to, if you're going to try to tip with product, and you see how it's been working. I know Miss Nicole Cooper, she had an amazing video where she was tipping with products. I know a couple other people online, Miss Jennifer Jones, she did a tip for product and she got a lead off of her first tip for product as well. But you have to have product. You have to have product. So if you don't have any product, when you get off of this webinar, you need to go into your back office, order Momentum magazine. You need to go purchase yourself some products so that you can tip with product. And then on top of that, guys, you need to make a commitment to yourself that you are going to go to the website of TLC Miami 2016 and get your early bird ticket. Guys, let me tell you about this early bird ticket. It was so crazy because when we were in Atlanta, everybody was trying to figure out, hey, how do I get that round table that's behind all the leather sofas where all the leaders are sitting? It was those people who bought early bird tickets that had prime seating right up front, right behind all the leaders. So we were all in one big section. So everybody else was wondering, how do I get that ticket? That ticket is called the early bird ticket, ladies and gentlemen. We have a limited quantity available for the early bird tickets. So if you are going to be in Miami and you want prime time seating, I'm talking about prime time, baby, sitting behind Miss Stormy Wellington, Miss Pam McCray, Miss Shanita Foster sitting behind, you know, Mr. Kenny and Mrs. Shantae Lloyd, the Scotts, the Portises. If you want prime time seating, you are going to want to go and pay for your early bird ticket now, because I promise you seating is limited on those early bird tickets. You're going to want to go ahead and grab them as soon as possible, because last time when they released the early bird tickets when we were in Houston, those early bird tickets sold out like that. Literally within a matter of a week or 2 weeks, the early birds were sold out. You don't want that to happen now, because then it was only 500 people at the event and not as many people in the company as there is now. This weekend, we had almost 5,000 people, and we have crazy amounts of distributors in the company who are all aiming to go to Miami. Also, guys, today we have a very special call-a-thon coming up today, starting at 3 o'clock. Listen, for those of you guys who are looking to hit rank, I promise you, if you leverage these calls tonight the correct way, you will go director, you will go executive, or you will go regional, or you will go national. But you have to leverage the calls, you have to promote the calls, and most importantly, you have to invite people to the call. We have Miss Stormy Wellington doing the call at 3 p.m. For those of you guys who want to leverage the 3 p.m. call, you can let people know, you know, listen, there's a call going on today at 3 o'clock p.m. I'm so excited because it is my coach and mentor. Let me tell you a little bit about this woman. You know, she got started in this business only 7 years ago, and as an amateur made over $1.2 million her first 9 months in the company. I'm excited because I get to work directly underneath her leadership. And guys, let me tell you, in 7 months in Total Life Changes, this woman is making over $200,000 a month. She made a commitment with herself and her team this year alone to help 1,000 families become six-figure earners. And I know that that's going to happen because I witnessed it happening this past weekend in Atlanta. And guys, not only that, this woman was voted, as of June 30th, the #1 female network marketer of the world. So I'm excited because we're partnered up in business. And I want to personally invite you to the call to hear her story about how she failed, succeeded, and came on top again. So be on this call at 3 p.m. with Miss Stormy Wellington. 4 o'clock, Miss Pam McCray. We all know Pam's story. Miss McCray's story is huge. Think about those people that you know that have been in the industry, never saw success, to finally be able to come over to Total Life Changes and to be making over $50,000 a month, ladies and gentlemen. I watched her walk across the stage this weekend, her and her husband Nathan, and collect a check for $250,000 and get their leadership rings. Again, guys, average people earning above average incomes because of the blessings and the faith and the belief that they have with TLC. So we have a call every hour on the hour starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, 3 p.m. And they're going to dial in on the same number, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 559-726-1300. You're going to use the PIN number 493824. Nothing has changed. We have a 3 o'clock call, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I can't tell you who all's on them because I can't remember, guys, but know that Miss Stormy Wellington is at 3 o'clock. Know that Miss Pam McCray is at 4 o'clock. I do know that Miss Kenya Kelly is at 6 o'clock. I believe Miss Nicole S. Cooper is at 7 o'clock. I also know that Mr. Randy Crosby is going to be doing the call. And I will be closing the call-a-thon out at 10 p.m. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to hit your rank, you can hit your rank today if you leverage the calls, invite people, and let us in our stories close them out for you. So again, guys, Candace Byrd Davis, National Director with Total Life Changes, I appreciate you for getting on the Project 50K Reloaded training this morning, taking the time out of your busy schedule, but I know that you're dedicated and committed to taking your business to the next level, and I truly look forward to seeing you walk across that stage in Miami. So have a good day, my friends. Leverage the call, 3 o'clock. Miss Stormy Wellington is going to kick off our call-a-thon. I'm fired up and excited, guys. I will see you on the call. Have a great day, my friends. Bye-bye.